Just weeks away now from tax day, and if you haven't filed yet, Alyson's back. She went out and found some last-minute information everyone needs to know. What do you got?
Well, just getting your taxes done in time for the April 15th deadline is enough of a headache, but there are other things we need to be aware of this year, like new health care provisions, and like every year, we need to protect ourselves from scammers trying to steal our identities and our refunds. As we are rushing to file our taxes, fraudsters are looking for ways to steal our identity and money. John Martin, a CPA with Higdon and Hale, warns us of phone scams in which con artists pose as IRS agents.
Those are bogus and scam calls.
The Treasury Inspector General has already received more than 366,000 complaints nationwide this year about scams like these. But Martin says there's one key way to know the difference between the real IRS and a con artist for yourself.
The IRS will always contact you first via mail, and you'll have several contacts with them either via mail or in person before you would have any telephone contact with them at all.
Another concern, scammers stealing Social Security numbers. John says you may not even realize you're a victim until you face difficulties when filing.
We're already seeing it this year where when we file electronic tax returns, we're getting rejection notices that a tax return has already been filed using that Social Security number. So we probably have a half a dozen of those so far this year.
This year, taxpayers should also know about the new health care provisions.
The Affordable Care Act impacts what your taxes are.
Filers this year must check a box on line 61 on the 1040 form if they had approved health care coverage for all of 2014. If they didn't, they may face a penalty.
So that's really the big new thing that we're working on for this year, has been the implementing the Affordable Care Act, and that is all coming through on tax returns for the collection of the penalty and the subsidies.
For those of you who already filed, John has this advice.
Now is the time to start planning out your 2015 tax returns.
And for those of us who are overwhelmed with all this information, there's always the request for an extension. And John reminds us that an extension is an extension of the time to file and not an extension of time to pay your taxes.
Worry about the 2015 tax returns. Let's get 2014 done first.
True. Those are for the overachievers.
There you go. Thank you, Alyson.